After 182 years, the brand new day trailer is finally here, and it's so good that it's the first thing Spider-Man fans have enjoyed since their wife took the kids. It's also very clear that these fans have been driven deep into madness, because they genuinely believe that acclaimed actor Kieth David has been secretly cast in this film and is playing universally unliked character the Jackal. Huh. How long do you have to go without showering to believe that? What kind of useless human being do you have to be to actually think that Kieth David is in this movie? Okay, at first I thought this video was crazy as well, because the main reason people think this is because the person talking in the trailer kinda sounds like Kieth David.
Spiders have 3 life cycles.
And honestly, I just thought this was from Al Tillman, who's also in the movie. Then I remember that a couple months ago there was a rumor that the Jackal would appear. And when I say remember, I mean that I saw someone bring it up because I don't use Twitter because it is the worst app of all time. Now to my knowledge, the scoop who told us this is pretty accurate and should be taken pretty seriously. And Kieth David actually responded to someone asking if he was in the trailer with this emoji. But it's probably not Kieth David running this account and could just be someone who works for him trying to stir up PR. But a little known fact about me is that I'm a rapid schizophrenic, so I'm just gonna pretend that that's not what this is. But I honestly think the Jackal would fit perfectly into this movie. As it seems Man-Spider will be a large part of Peter's journey here, I don't think it would be crazy if Peter turned to the Jackal for help. And yeah, I know Bruce Banner is in this movie, and he'll probably end up playing a similar role, but I think Peter could get Jackal to attempt to remove whatever gene is turning him into Man-Spider after Bruce refuses to due to it being risky. Or something like that, because the closest I came to being a screenwriter was my Toy Chica fanfic. But while I do think the Jackal could end up being in this movie, if he does, I don't think he will be the main villain. And that will probably end up going to Tombstone, even though there's a lot of stuff in this movie, so I don't really know how that fits. But it might be something like the Batman, which in a way had 2 plots, one with the Riddler and one with Catwoman, which both ended up tying into each other. And with this having one plot with Tombstone and Punisher, and the other with Jean Grey and maybe the Jackal. But even then, the Jackal isn't the only character Kieth David could be playing, and some people even think that he might be playing the Lizard. Now for me, I'm 50-50 on this, because I really like the Lizard and think he's a pretty interesting character, but Marvel doesn't really like reusing villains from movies not made by them. And with No Way Home having a lot of those villains, I don't think we'll be seeing them anytime soon, at least not until the MCU introduces their version of Miles, because I think they would actually kind of work there. But let's say he is playing the Lizard, how would that fit into the movie? Well, Peter's story right now is very similar to the Lizard story, with how Peter is slowly morphing into Man-Spider the same way Curtis Connors is slowly morphing into the Lizard. So maybe Peter goes to Curtis Connors to help him not turn into Man-Spider, with Connors developing a cure that he'll eventually use on himself in a future movie where he'll be the villain. And even though this video is shorter than me, I think this is a pretty good place to cap it off, because the trailer came out a week ago and I only make these videos for the views. Bye.